don't get off of me. I'm trucking them over, he under me. Back ends, wipe my sins. They can't win, no new friends, Football fast, they sleep again. We wake them up, the champs is in. Champion, we want back ends, wipe my sins. Wipe it, they can't win, no new friends, Football fast, they sleep again. We wake them up, the champs is in.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, come on.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Panthers have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on second down is Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And all the way down to the 29. A fantastic connection that time. Newton to Funchess. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now. 1st and 10. Newton on first down. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
On second down, here's Newton. And his throw here is incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Buying time to his left. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Mario Addison in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 39 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. He's going to go up top for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On play action, now Rodgers. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Rodgers again now. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make So they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Newton. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And caught left side, Olsen. And they roll past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Past the 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 41 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Newton takes it himself. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And it's up and good. Gano out to kick this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To throw is Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And down he'll go at the 25. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. On the run, Darkwa. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Orleans Darkwa, the intended target, and it's third down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football.
Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Rodgers to throw on second down. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And the gamble pays off. It's only a yard, but that's enough to pick up the first. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block.
He's got a man, complete. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams, 42 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Packers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
319.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. His throw caught right around the 6. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Fighting to stay, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Equanimous St. Brown with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, there's 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st and 10, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And some space here. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
850.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And his kick is good. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. Carolina getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And got his man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st down, it's Newton. Airing it out for Olsen. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Fighting a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Newton. And he gets it to Funchess, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for the Panthers. 41 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic play.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Nick Perry in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Rodgers now on first down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Inside.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Rodgers now to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. And Crosby puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, The way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Newton again. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that.
That's caught at the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
That's going to be caught. That one goes for 24 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Again, Newton over the middle, and it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Able to get away. He may try and run for this. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. Throwing is Newton. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's...
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage, just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that. Trying to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
319.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw on second down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play for the Pack on third. 56 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
319. Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
On first down, Rodgers. Forced out to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
319.
On second down, Johnson. And a short gain here down to the 22. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Staying on his feet. He can run for it, and he will. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And Crosby missed it. No good. Wide to the left for Crosby. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
On first down, Newton. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Clay Matthews in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down. To throw is Newton. Caught left side by Funchess. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. A shotgun snap for Newton. Funchess has it complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
This is taken at the 15. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Newton now to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. From the 50, Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. Newton throwing again. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown. And frankly, that should have been another pick right there. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the 2nd level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the...
And that'll be caught. Touchdown Panthers. Olsen. Greg Olsen. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the 4th. So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for 2. From the gun, here's Newton. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. Gano out to kick this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And not a bad On return here, he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Rodgers now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
2nd and 10. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
8:50. You reset. Hey, easy.
They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. Floating one, incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
They'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The offense on third down tonight, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. Touchdown, Packers. Kerryon Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Crosby on now to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
And he finds a man. It's Olsen. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the 1st down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Back to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels.
They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
319.
Now Rodgers. Throw left side complete. It's Hines. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. This from 51 yards for the win. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And a little pride throughout the organization here because they said going into the regular season, 8 wins was the benchmark. They can check that box off the list.
And let's face it, many teams are going to say, well, 8 wins, how much is that? That's a big number for this team, and that was a great goal. And to reach it, that's just going to give them confidence moving forward.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.